Just gonna hit the record button because it's transfer deadline day, Jason, and I'm sure shit's about to hit the fan.
It's popping off, as the kids say these days.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Red, the White, and the Blues podcast. Yep, that's what we are. We're a podcast. We're just two Americans that like to talk about Chelsea Football Club. I'm Daniel, and that guy, beautiful man over there, is Jason. How you doing, man?
Good. I'm not as beautiful as you. I pointed the right way this time. That's nice. I can't get it. It looks like I'm pointing backwards. There we go. Pointing right at you. I'm good, man. It's Labor Day here in the States.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we got some time off. Daniel and I are doing a little bit of an early one, in line with kind of the end of the transfer window. I think we will probably get off of here about an hour before, but
Yeah.
things are happening after Chelsea shoot themselves in the foot several times here at the very end. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Well, I guess we'll save transfer talk for the end because we do need to talk about the match from this past weekend. This is one of those matches that's like we won and we won pretty comfortably.
Sure.
But
yeah.
And the Chelsea didn't frustrate me like in this match. Let me say that. I guess they probably did a little bit in the first half because we weren't great in the first half, but we are a second half team. We know that with Maresca. I text you that pretty much every match because we suck in the first half, and I'm like, Jason, we're going to do good in the second half. It's going to be okay. So, but yeah, I don't know. This match, it was frustrating. Lineups, I guess we can just get into that. I think the biggest thing for me and with this lineup is one Caicedo had 1 day of training this week on Friday before the day before the match, which means it was a pretty light training session. And number two, Reese didn't start again after having only played like 20 minutes in the match the previous weekend.
Right.
So at what point, and not to say Gusto's actually been decent this year. I think Maresca's finally learned I don't need to push Gusto almost to the box to, try and let him shoot because that's a bad thing. But with that being said, like, should we be concerned about Reese at this point, or are we just managing minutes still with Reese and we're saving him for the Champions? I don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, I took it as because Gusto starts Chalobah, Tosin, center back, Cucurella on the left. I mean, so that makes sense. Chalobah and Tosin are probably going to be our main center back pairing for the season. So I will just say though, like I think that Chalobah and Tosin are better than we give them credit for, with a lot of room for improvement, which then means they have to have the improvement. But I think that if it goes well like it did last season and our defense grows into the season, because we had one of the better defenses last season.
We did.
Could be good.
Mm-hmm.
That leaves the right back in Gusto, who I don't think had a really bad game this time. I think he had a pretty decent game.
Mm-hmm.
I am thinking we put him in for speed.
Yeah.
Even though Fulham's players are all built like linebacks.
Yeah.
And
there's some freaking tanks.
Yeah, but I'm thinking we put him down there for speed. Between like Iwobi and Sessegnon. I think we had him for speed down there. And the thing I don't like about Gusto is Esteval kind of tried to play the Palmer role in terms of like the half space. And Esteval wasn't on the ball enough for me in the game.
Oh yeah.
I think with Gusto running the lines constantly, like that is going to be the downside of that, is taking Esteval. Whereas if you had Reese, he would be feeding more Esteval, but our width would be wider and Esteval wouldn't be pushing in. That doesn't take away from Esteval. He didn't have like the most productive game, which I think is like showing in the stats because he just wasn't on the ball as much as we would all like him to be.
Yep.
Dude is still electric every time he gets the ball.
Yep.
So like, and he adds a spark and he adds a creativity that we haven't had, like just in the team as a whole outside of Palmer. So it is nice that Esteval can come in, but I think that's the risk. Like thinking about the game back and how far Gusto pushes forward and how in Esteval was.
Yeah.
Like we're not getting that same like Cole Palmer Esteval, especially if you have like João Pedro as the 10 and then Delap up front. But again, this is without Palmer. So but I'm with you. I don't think it's concerning for Reese. I just think I'm thinking Reese is always going to be somebody that we like hit and glove, just because we're so scared to lose him all the time. But then at the same time, if that means we're not playing him, I didn't think there was any narrative there. I just thought
it was just a question. I was just
I just thought when we started the game, because I wondered the same thing because Reese is my boy and I love him. He's my favorite player, and I love when he's out there. And there's like Reese has like the presence of a captain that like Enzo doesn't quite have, which is weird to me. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because I view Reese as the captain. Because Enzo's been the vice captain. Yeah, dude. I know we can talk about that if we want, but anyway, I'll stop talking about Reese. I always want Reese to play.
Yeah,
Reese isn't as fast anymore, and my wife. I finally got to watch a game with my wife, so she got up at 6:30 for this match. And I don't know if I'm still recording because Daniel is frozen right now, so I'll wait for my computer to go. But I always want Reese to play, and if he's not playing, then I get really sad. But I thought that maybe it was because, and it looks like it's just me in the pod, which this happened to me last time. So we'll wait for Daniel to come back. But I didn't think anything weird about the Gusto thing other than speed. So, hey, Daniel, you're back. Did you hear me?
Like, what is going on here?
I don't know, but you're back.
Where did Jason go? Is he?
Oh, we're both in here, according to this.
What's going on? Like, what just happened?
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. Can you see me?
Yeah. On my end, it showed that I was in the whole time and you disappeared.
Yeah, and then when I came back in, you weren't here. Like you weren't. Your screen was black.
Oh, this will be fun. This is a new game Daniel and I are playing.
Yeah.
It's an inside joke called Technical Difficulties, and then we go back and listen to the pod and see what actually happened.
Yeah. Yes, because last time was hilarious. If you missed last episode, the technical difficulties that we had, it was fantastic.
That was user error on my part because I hit a mute button. So, yeah, if you haven't listened to that, enjoy the end. I just wrapped it up by saying I didn't think anything was weird about it. I just thought we needed to get there for speed.
Cool. Yeah, so, I mean, like, it was just one of those questions, and I do think, like, we're going to have to utilize Reese more.
Absolutely.
In a couple weeks, once Champions League starts. It does make me a little nervous that he's going on international duty with England. I don't like that. I'm glad Palmer's not going. Sucks that Reese is going because it makes me nervous with, like, we come back and then that's really when things pick up because we have Champions League matches, cup matches are going to starting, and then on top of Premier League matches, you're going to have 2 matches a week for a while.
Yeah.
And you're going to need that depth. And we don't have another. Well, I guess Chalobah. I guess we have Josh and Chalobah who can both play out there on the right.
Yeah.
But then it leaves you thin at center back if Reese or Gusto, God forbid, goes down. So it's just.
And we're already thin at center back to land. So we don't need that happening.
That is the one place we can't really afford anybody getting hurt. But apparently we did. We're maybe bidding on. Rumor is we bid on Bastoni today, so hopefully we can get that through.
I mean, that's legit. Actually,
I would love it, but anyway, we'll say that for the end. But
I would say the more concerning thing is, well, I guess maybe it's not that concerning, but like, because we do have Hato as well. That can.
Yeah, we got hot. Yeah, and I think he's more there for
left center back.
Cucurella is back.
Yeah, exactly.
Back up. And he can also play left center back, like you said. So, yeah, I mean, but still, when you're going in there with Josh, who's 18, who has not a lot of experience, but when he has played, he's been great. And then Hato, who has no Premier League experience and is young.
Yeah.
And those are your two main backups. It's like, and then Sheila, whenever the hell he comes back.
It just is insane that we have Fofana, Josh, and Hato all on the bench in this game.
I forgot about Fofana.
And like, we don't think Fofana is actually a player because we're just expecting him to be injured for the rest of the season.
Yeah. I don't even think about it. I don't even count. It's like Lavia.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even count Lavia anymore because he's never fit. I don't count Fofana because he's never fit. They're just people. If they show up and they play, I support them. But if they don't ever show up again, I would never even think about it.
Yeah. Well, and they're so young that they're not in flop signing territory right now. But like, Lavia and Fofana are close to flop signing.
Yeah.
Like,
especially Fofana. Because he costs a whole hell of a lot more.
Yeah, exactly. It's just weird. It is weird to like have these players who I would rate, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I even rate Hato. We haven't seen him really play in our thing, but the kid's just so experienced at a young age. Like, yeah, it's so weird to have those players. Lavia is not real still. Like, I don't know what they were doing in those games or who was playing Ed and Lavia's shirt number, but that's not him. But like, I don't understand. Like, it just is weird mentally to go, oh yeah, Fofana's on the bench, and to not to think that we're still light at like right back. Yeah. So it's weird.
It is weird, and I don't know. Rest of the lineup was, I think, pretty normal. I mean, Enzo Caicedo, João Pedro at the 10, Delap up top, and then Neto on the left and Esteval on the right. So pretty normal lineup. Same thing as it's been pretty much the whole season. So nothing's really changing there.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, this game was very, I guess, lethargic and like slow, and we didn't really do a lot in the first half. So I don't know. The big talking points, I guess, in the first half are one, Delap just apparently shredding his hamstring. So that sucks.
Yeah.
And apparently
8 weeks he's out, right?
Yeah. You said this before the podcast started. It's like, how did then we go into scramble mode and the whole Nico situation happens after that, and and blah, 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 blah. All that happens because Delap went down, and you said before the podcast started, like, how did they not foresee this coming? Like, it's and you're right. I mean, these players are playing 10 months, 11 months out of the year, which the bodies aren't meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
And, here they are. And so he pulls up with a hamstring injury. So it's not shocking. Like, that shouldn't shock anybody. Like, Palmer getting hurt shouldn't shock anybody. Like, the injuries happening. The fact that Caicedo has not missed a Premier League game in over a year now is the most, and with the way he plays, and the fact that he gets so many yellow cards, and the fact that he hasn't missed one is just the most shocking thing in the world. But I don't know. It is a crazy. It's just crazy that they didn't think about that, and that was never a thought that crossed their mind. And then, like, hey, what happened? What are we going to do if Delap or João Pedro gets hurt? God forbid. But what's our backup plan for that? What, do we Pedro Neto at striker again this year? Like, I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Enzo at striker.
I know. Might as well.
He kind of wants to be anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's just that it sucks. Like, it sucks for Delap. I mean, granted, we have a international break in there, so that counts for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's 2 weeks of the 6 to 8 weeks. So you're looking at maybe 4 to 6 weeks of him actually missing games.
Right.
But when you're missing 2 games a week, it sucks. So it's.
Well, and the reason we were playing both João Pedro and Delap anyway was because Palmer's out. Probably.
True.
So
valid point that Palmer's out. So
it's a case of one injury leading to another. We got like an injury virus going through the lineup right now,
Yeah.
and, which is, to your point earlier, Reese going out on international duty, any other player going out on international duty right now is a really terrifying prospect,
It
especially,
is.
like you said, everything starts happening after we get back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's this international break is the worst because it's like right before everything just kicks off. So it sucks. Yeah. But I guess so the big controversy in the first half came with here we go. Let's just go down the rabbit hole now.
Oh man.
But Josh King, young Fulham player, viciously steps on Trevor Chalaba's toe after doing a skill move. And I'm pretty sure from what I've heard through the grapevine, Trev's foot, it will never be the same again. It actually might have to have it amputated now. There's a hole in it. So just throwing that one out there. Unconfirmed report. Just, but and then ends up scoring off of that. So yeah, VAR.
Now's the time, Daniel.
Okay, so here's my thoughts on this, Jason. I was thinking about this last night, okay? Number one, first point that I want to make is, God forbid that Chelsea has a VAR decision go their way. Who in the Premier League is the only club that has had the referee on the pitch sent to the monitor to only not reverse the call? That would be Chelsea. That happened twice last year. Not once, but twice last year, okay? Who has had their player pulled down by the hair in the box and nobody get outraged about it? Nobody says anything that VAR missed this call. Oh, that would be Chelsea. And then for that official to come out and say, oh, I didn't want to send my center ref to the monitor because I didn't want to make him uncomfortable. Bullshit. Yep. Like, give me a break. Like, you sit here and complain about this one singular thing, and all this other shit has happened to Chelsea. Not to mention how many other VAR calls have been missed this season due to the teams involved. Not to mention that then VAR screwed up the Man United match later, which led to them winning and getting 3 points whenever the foul was clearly outside the box and not in the box. But VAR, nobody complains about that VAR call. Like,
right.
The point is, VAR is shit. But here's my bigger point about this, and why I think that it pisses me off even more, is because it's the media pundits, but I guarantee, and this is my problem with the English media, and this is my rant, if it does not happen to a young English international player, Josh King, it is not that big of a deal. If it is some German kid or some Spanish kid, or if it's just a regular striker in the Premier League, if it was Haaland, this would not have been as big of a deal. But it's because it's a young English kid. And the English media, all they care about is English freaking players. They cannot be partisan when it comes to English players. Like, England is it, and that's fine. I get it. That's your nationality. You want to support your country. Cool, right. Whatever. You do you. But don't sit there and act like you're being partial at that point in time. Like, don't act like you're some, like, savior for VAR and that you're above everything else. No, this is because it was an English kid. He scored his first Premier League goal, and you're mad and pissed off that VAR took that moment away from him. That's what this is really about. It's not about VAR. It's about the fact that it was an English kid. And that's why the English media is so pissed off about it. And then it just so happened to happen to Chelsea. And we know the media hates Chelsea because I believe they hated us when Abramovich bought it because he was a Russian. And they're prejudicing against Russia, which probably isn't a bad thing. But I'm just saying, don't bring it into football. Just let us sports wash our money like he wanted to. Let us do our thing. But there's a clear bias against Chelsea whenever you can see the way that they treat when a VAR decision goes our way versus when a VAR decision doesn't go our way. Like, that's the difference in all of this. Is like when we get a VAR call and VAR gets it right, nothing but it's the English bias media. Like, I honestly believe Tuchel is set up to fail at England. Like, Tuchel will not make it because of as soon as he goes on like a couple match losing streak, the media is going to have a field day with him. They were so pissed that they hired a German manager to be their head coach of the national team. Like, they think that is like sacrilegious. I'm like, I don't care what nationality a manager is. I just want to win. Like,
Right.
who cares? We got Pochettino in America right now. He's shit, but I don't want an American manager. God forbid Berhalter was awful too. The furthest thing I want is anybody from America coaching our national team.
But you mean you want what's best for the team?
Yes.
Daniel,
what is crazy. Best for the freaking team? I know. It's crazy. But yeah, that's what pisses me off about this is the media and the way that they treat this. And I really honestly believe it had a lot to do with who scored the goal and who he is and where he's from. Because I don't see this happening if it was an American that scored the goal, like, or a German that scored. I just don't see it being this much of an outrage. Whether it's the right call or not, that's an entirely different debate. I feel like it is. I felt like their explanation was bad about why it was a bad call. Because even if a defender goes in to make a tackle on an attacking player and he's stepping and the attacking player just so happens to put his foot underneath the defender's cleat because he has nowhere else to step and the defender steps on top of the attacker's foot, it's still a freaking foul.
Yeah.
Because he stepped on top of his foot. It doesn't matter if he didn't have anywhere else to put his foot. Like, if you can't do the skill move without stepping on somebody or running over somebody, then that doesn't negate it being a foul because he doesn't have anywhere to put his foot. So, whatever. We got the benefit of the call. I'm happy. Whatever. That's my rant. I'm done. It's over.
Okay, yeah. So I think you make a lot of really good points, especially about VAR. I was looking at like the VAR decisions last season, and ESPN did an article about how VAR decisions affect each Premier League club from May 25th this year. So this is pretty recent. They did a net score. So basically, they did this whole breakdown. I'm not going to go into all of it because it's a lot, but they did this whole breakdown for the decisions that went your way and the decisions that went against you. And so we have apparently we're at the top for decisions that went our way. Okay. This comes with a caveat. We're at the top for decisions that went our way. So we are at 7 decisions. So we're like tied for 4th with 3 other teams for the number of decisions that went our way. Here's where it gets interesting. Decisions that went against, we are the second most club to have had decisions go against us. So we have a net score of -3, which puts us as the 4th most to have had VAR mess you up. Yeah, the 5th most. Tied for 5th most. Or 4th most. So anyway, we're at -3 for decisions that go against us or not. So we were affected. We were the most negatively affected or one of the most negatively affected clubs out of last season.
Yeah.
By VAR. So yes, to your point, I said this as soon as you said, and God forbid Chelsea have a VAR decision go our way.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Like last season, we were the club that was subjected to the overturns. And we do have situations that are clear and blatant because VAR didn't give a red card like a couple seasons ago for the hair pull. And then all of a sudden we get the VAR call
last year. Yeah.
Recently. Yeah. So and I think to what you're speaking to is like just a real inconsistency with how VAR conducts their business. And then we were talking about this off mic, but like it was a talking point in the Liverpool game. That the VAR ref was supposed to also be the ref for the Liverpool Arsenal, and he got yanked the night before the game and replaced. But the thing is, right, like, why is that guy getting his head on the chopping block for asking the on-field ref to go look at it?
Yeah.
Like, and then and it's like that on-field ref's call to go look at it, right? I don't know.
Right.
But then to your point, there's not enough transparency
Mm-mm.
with how VAR conducts their business and what they're saying. Because we get snippets of it because the commentators are giving us snippets of what they're saying. I said this during the game. I still think it's the same. I would feel annoyed too. I understand why Fulham are annoyed that VAR decision went against them. I do think it's annoying. But at the end of the day, his football move took out a defender.
Right.
If that football move doesn't take out our skill move. If that skill move doesn't take out our defender, does he get the pass off? Is it a through ball on the way it is?
Right.
Is there? And then, yes, to your other point, how many times we had to hear that young man was robbed of a magic football moment. That young man was really hard done by like not getting his goal.
Yep.
And like VAR is ruining the game and like this is an outrage. And then it clouds the judgment of the commentators the rest of the game. So like we get and this was my wife's point, because I was so annoyed at one of the things the commentator said about our goal, which comes in the commentator's words, the 9th minute of an 8-minute stoppage time.
Yeah.
And then they, like, everyone had an agenda to point that out. That like somehow we had also gained a goal, like in a wrong way, because corners are happening right before the 8 minutes is up. And somehow everyone forgot that it is at least 8 minutes of stoppage.
Yeah, at least
it's not
minimum
like 8 minutes hits. It's at least 8 minutes of stoppage.
Right.
And so then if you do have this VAR decision that everyone feels, or at least most people, including the commentators, biasedly feel.
Yeah, biasedly.
Like has gone against Fulham. And then the agenda is, well, oh yes, and now Chelsea are back on top. Like when it is like one of the best corner headers you will ever see.
Yeah.
Like that blows my mind too. So like I think there's a lot that goes into this, and I think your rant hit on all of them. Like, yes, the agenda is real because of who that player is. The agenda is real because of who we are. The agenda is real because we scored at the end of the half, and VAR is inconsistent and makes everything cloudy. And so I think you've hit on all of it. Like it doesn't it doesn't change the fact that we scored, and it doesn't change the fact that Fulham fell off the game after that. Like that's how we have had so many VAR things go against us that we're just used to it at this point. And like, if you don't try to overcome that, then what are you going to get in the end? You're gonna be bitter little bitches, and you're going to lose the game.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. So I agree with everything you said, man. Like yes, at the end of the day, I do think it is a foul, and like according to the letter of the law, and I don't think the letter of the law on football is always correct either. But like according to the letter of the law, because people are going to controversial talk about. We can talk about second half with the penalty. Like that is a clear handball, but then everybody wants to talk about the handball before anyway. It doesn't make sense, but it's not consistent. So like you got to. It's part of the game now. Like, and we talk about that. You and I talk about this all the time. We have to have luck on our side. And like, you have to take advantage of the luck, but you have to create it too. And so it's like, what does it say about your team if you do have a decision that goes against you in a really big way? What does it say about your team if you fall apart at the end of it? And I think that should be the narrative that goes forward about Fulham. Not, oh gosh, we robbed this kid of a magic moment in football. Like it just gets really stupid at that point if that is your line of reasoning. After, like as a justification, it's an appeal to shit. Like I forget what the fallacy is, but like it's just like a stupid reason to say that should have gone their way, so this kid could have a magic moment. I hate it. I hate the narrative of it. So
I do too.
I agree with everything you said.
Yeah, it's just annoying. Like, and then like it was like you said, it's like it affected the whole commentators for the rest of the match. Like everything went back to that, and it was all about that moment. We still scored 2 goals, so we still would have won 2-1.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just pointing that fact out, but it is, and like I don't know, the whole stoppage time goal, great corner kick. Like the fact that we are back on set pieces makes me so happy because last year, good Lord, what a dreadful year of corner kicks it was. Like it really has been for like 2 or 3 years now. Like we just haven't been good on corners. And then this year, what do we have? 4 goals already in 3 matches from corners.
Last year, in the whole of the season, we had 10 set piece goals, and this year we already have 4 off of corners.
Yeah. So it's like, and everything's off corners this year. Like set pieces last year, we had several free kick goals. So it is one of those things that's like, I'm so happy. It is nice to have which I guess I can't technically call him a striker. I'll say it is nice to have somebody that can head the ball in the goal now. That can jump and head, because Nico, while he could jump, he couldn't head.
Yeah.
And we haven't really had that since Costa. Maybe Murata could do it sometimes. But like
nobody like Giroud though. Beautiful head of pair.
But
got weird. Setting in my cup.
But yeah, it's nice. João Pedro is a set piece king at this point because later on in the match he cleared one off the line, off of one of Fulham's corners. So not only can he score, he also is in the right place defending as well. So it is nice to be back and having set pieces as a threat. And not to be like Arsenal and just playing for set pieces when that's the only way you can freaking score. You just dribble the ball to the byline and hope the other team kicks it out so you can get a corner. We don't do that shit. We're actually trying to score goals other ways. We don't rely. It's nice not to rely on set pieces to score, but to have it as part of your game and as a threat. When
it opens up so many possibilities, man. Like to have to rely on like wingers who are scoring like 4 or 5 goals and like getting 4 or 5 assists, and then to have to rely on a midfielder who is your highest player who's getting like 10 to 12 to 15 goals in the past couple of seasons of the season, and then to have to rely on Enzo who's getting 4 or 5 goals. Caicedo gets the odd goal every now and then. And then Nico will get like 10 goals, but like you don't know when they're going to happen. Yeah. And like one of your wingers last season, who's no longer a player, scores 3 in one game and then still winds up only getting like 6 the whole season.
Yeah.
Like
for real.
For real. It is so nice not to have and then to not get corners or set pieces, right? And I think we had one of the lower penalty goals from penalties last season too. So it's like to be able to rely on a whole other aspect of the game that can get you goals and can win you very big games. And the Liverpool Arsenal thing that like if you have like a set piece king, like those types of goals can win you huge games. And so we need to be better. Or like it is nice that we are better off of corners. Like we haven't seen a lot of like any other type of set pieces or like any other free kick type things yet. But like if that gets us a decent amount and the corners get us a decent amount and João Pedro continues to score like he is off of corners and scoring in general, and then the other guys are coming in and Esteval starts clicking, like, dude, I think we'll be in pretty good shape, at least front line wise, for the season, barring injury virus has made its run. So it's amazing. Like somebody was praising I forget his name, but somebody was praising the set piece coach on Reddit the other day. They were like, give this guy his due. Like,
it's funny because last year we're like, fire him because he sucked. And then I don't know what changed because it's the same guy. He's been when he come from, I think, Brentford. And it's
he was touted as a really big deal when he came in, but I guess he just didn't have a point person last year.
I don't know, maybe.
But they're also doing these very like shallow near post, get it right into the scrum, like somebody get ahead to it or let it bounce around, and like it's creating these situations where like
creating chaos is what it's doing.
Like we saw in the West Ham game where Caicedo just is in the right spot where it gets punched down into he just kicks a leg out towards goal and it goes in. Like it's
same thing with Trev.
Exactly.
It's just like chaos in the box, and we score.
But our guys are like well positioned in the box now. Like
Yeah.
it feels better. Like
Yeah.
they know where they're supposed to be. So I don't know. I don't know if there just wasn't buy-in last season, or if like the players that we had up top just weren't
I don't
like
know.
buying in, or like they
Yeah.
just weren't able to be where they want to be. It's like you said, Nico had trouble heading the ball in. So yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
It is, but it is so nice to actually be a threat on corners. And then I guess in the second half we looked a lot better.
Yeah.
We controlled the game a lot more in the second half. I think the goal at the end of half just sort of took it out of Fulham. Like when
Yeah.
we scored off that corner, I think that just sort of, and then them having the VAR decision go against them, like you said earlier, probably affected them mentally as well. So, and then I don't remember when it was, but we got the penalty. Another VAR decision. This one went our way, and there's no controversy about this one because the guy clearly had his hand up, making his body
Yeah.
bigger.
They took enough time looking at it though, but I
They
think they were
did.
looking at. I alluded
Yeah.
to it earlier. It was in the 56th minute. I looked at it
56.
earlier. Like the ball bounces into João Pedro's hands right
Yeah.
before it
Mhm.
pops back out and then gets put back in.
Right.
And then I forget who it was, whoever their player was, turns his back and puts his arms out,
Yeah.
like just to jump, and it goes right into the arm. Like
Mhm.
it's clear as day that that's a penalty. Like
Yeah.
there's no controversy about that one at all.
Right. And I think you hit it. You said what they were looking at was they were looking to see if João Pedro handled the ball
Yeah.
before that went out there, and I think that's true.
I think it was deemed accidental. So
Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah.
which makes sense because he doesn't have his arm in an unnatural position like the other
Right.
guy did.
Right. And Enzo slotted the penalty home, which I guess ended his day because on a high note, because we, whatever. I still don't know what happened with him at halftime and arguing with the fans. I still am at a loss. I've seen the videos.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard like what happened. Like I'm assuming there was just some fan abuse and he just wasn't having it. Like because he did not have a great game. He did not
I'm looking
have
at his stats. 80% passing accuracy. Still came away with a goal and assist, although a penalty goal.
Right.
3 chances created. Had 69 touches, not too many in the opponent's box. 1 of 3 crosses, 1 of 4 long balls. Like his positioning's bad, his touch is bad, his passing's bad.
Yeah, he
Like
just
it's loose. It's just all loose from him
Yeah.
right now. It's not as defined as it was at the end of last season.
Right. And I mean, it's one of those things. It's like at this point, like and I really think like Maresca is forced to play certain players by the board.
Yeah.
And I think Enzo's one of them because you can't tell me that the young player from League One, Santos, can't get in and get any minutes over Enzo at this point in time. Like I just don't believe that. So I don't know. I don't know. It's frustrating. Almost just wish Madrid would come in with $100 million offer here at the end of the transfer window today and just buy Enzo from us, and I'd be completely happy. But at the same time, I love Enzo because he does love Chelsea. So it's like this love. Yeah. He is very passionate about the badge and everything. So it's this love-hate relationship with Enzo, but it's just like he hasn't been good this year. I mean, we're only 3 matches into the season. Yeah. But he still hasn't been great this year. He hasn't been the quality of player I think that we know he can be, and that's what's frustrating. So, I don't know. It is what it is, I guess, with Enzo at this point in time. I just, we'll survive. We'll be fine. But, there's not. I guess we can talk. So again, I'm tired of this, Maresca. It's still my only gripe with Maresca this year. It's been his subs. Like, can I not just see Esteval play for 90 minutes? Can I not just be given that Maresca? Like, I just want 90 minutes of Esteval on the pitch. And he started getting into the game finally, and then Maresca hooked him. And it's he was literally just creating chances, and then you hooked him.
It was a bad time to take him out. because
It
he
was.
hadn't done that much, but he hadn't had that
Right.
many chances to do that much in the beginning.
Yeah.
But like you said, like he makes it like 20 minutes into the second half, and then gets and yeah, you're right. That was like right at prime time when he's getting into it.
Yeah, he had
And
just had some touches on the ball and made a couple of good moves into the box. Like we were finally starting to get him the ball because we didn't get him the ball in the first half. And then to bring on freaking Gittins, like, come on. Like,
speaking of skill moves, man, Esteval was doing pretty good, and I haven't seen that much skill from Gittins this season yet.
So I'm just like that's my problem with it is like Esteval has shown that he can play. Gittins hasn't. So give Gittins runs in some of the cup games. Let him see if he can manage there. Don't take minutes away from Esteval in the Premier League when he's proven he can play and Gittins hasn't. So and I get it. You're up and like I guess you're up 2-0. Like you're thinking is like sure if you want to bring Gittins on the last 10 minutes, sure. But whatever. And like my fear. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, do you think it's like it has something to do because he gets called up for but João Pedro, never mind. It just doesn't matter. I don't like he got called up for international duty, so I don't know if there's like talk going or if they're like trying to, which is weird because the international stuff gets really weird. Like because like coaches are talking to coaches and like they're like are they playing, are they not playing, are they injured, or are they not injured, well we need him but he's injured, like things like that. So I don't know, I was wondering if that has something to do with it, but I mean João Pedro, Esteval, and Andre Santos all got called up for Brazil. So but like we're not even playing Andre Santos, so and João Pedro is kind of turning into like a real world-class footballer before our eyes at the moment. On a bigger stage than he has been. So I don't know. I don't know if that, but Esteval's so young. I don't know why that would be it. So it's just me musing about it, and it probably doesn't mean anything. But I was just wondering why he's taking him out, and I don't understand. I don't
either
get why you would just take him out, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's just
but like these are the types of things the press doesn't ask people. Like they're asking them really dumb questions all the time. Like,
oh god, Maresca is so annoyed with the press. It's so funny.
Yeah, his answers are so short, but I don't blame him. If I was in there, I would like to think I'd be like, hey, what's up with Esteval coming off? And maybe somebody did ask him. I just haven't read through it or something, but I don't think they did.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it.
I try to catch the highlights of all the press conferences because I don't get to watch them all. But like, I mean, I haven't seen anything floating around the Chelsea sphere about it, so I don't know. But it doesn't also seem like people are that upset about it either. So I don't know.
Yeah,
and Maresca we trust, I guess, still.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like I said, I don't really have a lot to complain about with Maresca except for the subs.
Right.
And maybe I guess I could be being biased because I view Esteval as our savior and all this, whatever. But I still feel like give him more than 60 minutes a match or more than, like especially now since Garnacho's coming in. I really feel like Esteval's minutes are about to be cut because you're going to put Garnacho on the left and Neto on the right, more than likely. Yeah. So, like, I feel like, he had a good run of games, but I feel like when we get back from the international break, hopefully Palmer will be back. So that will be there. And then we just brought in this, whoever the hell this guy is from Brighton, apparently to back up Palmer. So, Bodonote. So it's looking more like they view Esteval more as a winger than sliding into that more of a midfield role. And I guess, I don't know. Because I'm assuming at this point, like when Palmer plays, João Pedro will play striker. And
the thing that excites me about Esteval being a winger is him and Palmer overlap each other on that side.
Oh, yeah.
Like, is freaking awesome.
It is. They have
and that's what chemistry. We didn't have this game because of Gusto.
Yeah.
So, because João Pedro and Esteval aren't doing that as much. Because João Pedro, I felt like was playing more centrally.
Yeah,
him and Palmer are like switching roles there. Like Esteval and Palmer, are switching roles over on that side.
Mm-hmm.
You have a more like traditional right back situation where Reese would be really good, and then Cucurella is still kind coming in inverted. So like I like that, and I like João
Mhm.
Pedro up top even. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going back to Gusto because I think Gusto was doing so much on the wing that it kind of took Esteval out of the game in some ways. So
Mhm.
but that's just observational. This is vibes. This is vibes only, and it's not super analytical, but like Gusto runs that line, man, and that's what he was brought in to do in the beginning, and like he still does that.
Yeah.
And whereas Cucurella goes in, and like the left back or the left winger is able to have more control over their space over there. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It
but it
is.
is going to be sad if we bring in Garnacho and then
Yeah.
Neto goes back on the right, because while Neto is like super fast, I do think we used to make fun of Neto last season because he'll just run to the byline and kick it across without ever putting his head up. And
True.
I feel like he is doing a little bit better this season. Like
Mhm.
they had to have talked to him about it because it's not just like, dude, just run with your eyes closed and cross it, which is what he likes to do. But like I don't find that particularly interesting when you have
Yeah.
somebody like Esteval that can do so much more. So especially bouncing off of Palmer and Palmer bouncing off of him. We even
Mhm.
talked about in preseason, man. Like their link up play is so good, and they like already seem to understand each other.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
It
that's my
is.
2 cents about that.
Yeah. It's. I don't know. It's going to be interesting because I feel like you got to have depth that
Yeah,
you're in the Champions League now, and it's going to be interesting to see how Maresca manages all of this because I mean, who's going to play Champions League? Who's going to play Premier League? Like, it's going to have to be a lot more rotation.
yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how all of this gets handled down the stretch. And I guess, yeah, I don't know. The thing is that I am optimistic about the season. I am like, I don't think we've necessarily had the greatest transfer window, barring whatever happens in the next hour and 45 minutes. If we get Bastoni, we get a big center back, maybe I'll reevaluate. We'll do a wrap up episode after the window officially closes at some point and give our ratings on everything. But I just I still am optimistic though, and I'm still excited about the season and feel like we have a lot of potential. We are second in the Premier League. Bob is officially in the race for Golden Glove right now, 2 clean sheets out of 3 matches.
Crazy.
Just
We've let
saying.
in the least amount of goals right now. No, wait, maybe Arsenal have also just let in the one. No, yeah, they just let in one. Tottenham
Yep.
Hotspur have only let in one.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace have only let in one.
Yep.
There are only 3 unbeaten teams in the Premier
Yep.
League right now.
We're one of them.
Us, Pool, and Crystal
Yep.
Palace. That is
Yep.
really wild.
It is. It is crazy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting last couple hours. I mean, I guess we can go through anything else on the match you want to talk about, Jason? Any other rants or raves?
No. I think the only thing I'll say is I am impressed with our resiliency, and in the midst of some really big injuries right now, that's going to be the thing moving forward. Like, are we able to rotate enough? And I think Maresca proved last season that he is capable of adapting, which is one of the worries that we had him coming up from Leicester last season, where people were talking about how
Mm-hmm.
he just kind of stuck to his same style of play. I think we're watching him also grow as a manager in terms of like how he views the game and how he'll adapt to it. I agree with you. I think his subs lack some creativity, or sometimes, or like are too soon at other times, which is weird to say. Or like you're taking off the wrong player sometimes. So I don't know, but like he sees things we can't. So I am finding it easier to trust Maresca now than I was for a majority of last season, and some of that could be recency bias coming off of like a
Yeah.
really successful European campaign in the 3rd tier, by the way. But we got a special plaque for that. And dude, you and I were ahead of it with the cups anyway for our
Yeah.
cups this season, so we
That's
were already
right.
ahead. But like I I am finding it easier to trust in Maresca, and so I'm
Yeah.
excited about the future. Like I don't get scared of games anymore. Like
Yeah.
it's more of an anticipation, like a nervous anticipation, rather than I have to gear myself up to watch it, because there were times last season that was just so hard to even want to watch the games.
Yeah.
And for the past 3 seasons, really. So I, I kind of like where we're at. I think this is pretty fun. We've kind of suffered long enough in some capacity, and dude, can you imagine if we won the Premier League this year? That would freaking be rock.
I know.
The thought of it just gets me super giddy, even though I still think we're a long shot. But that Liverpool Arsenal game, man, teams are not as good as people think they are. And again, teams can grow into the season, but historically, Arsenal have had a good first half of the season, a bad second half.
Yeah.
Man City have had a mid first half and a great second half. Liverpool historically consistent throughout.
Right.
And we historically flip-flop between top 10 and bottom 10. Yes, in December.
We'll do good first half.
Month. Yeah.
Suck in December and January, and then we'll back to it in February.
But that was the thing, and I'll end with this. That was the thing last season that was weird, because it was at Everton. It started with that Everton draw in December. And then we just went on this run through the rest of December and a little bit into January. But like, if you go back and look, like, we like slowly, methodically, like, kept building onto things and like being pretty consistent throughout the rest of the season. That led us into getting fourth, even though we had to rely on other teams and there were chances that we blew, like all of that stuff. But like, if you look at our record, it really wasn't that bad. But like, the feelings around it were. Mm-hmm. And like, there was a dread, like a constant dread, like this could go bad at any moment. And like, I think that for me, at least right now, and again, we got a lot, I think we're still riding a lot of the good vibes over the summer. And like, I don't like the World Cup badge, but like, there is something about being able to wear that every day. Like, do the players get to see that and go, we're best team in the world? Like, is there like a little bit of like heightened mentality that comes from that? Is it like a little bit of a momentum boost? I don't know. But for me, it sort of is, where I'm just like, we had a great summer. I think we can still ride that wave a little bit. I hope that the international break doesn't kind of take the sting off of that, and the injuries are going to start taking the sting off of that. But like, we're still like in a really good position. And I'm not even worried about the United match, but also United have not been as good as we were thinking they might be so far 3 games into the season. So there is like room. I don't know. I still think these first like 6 games, there's a lot to go. But like you said, it's all about to start kicking off. So we got a lot of competitions in a short period of time coming up. And this is the price you pay for Europe. And this is the price you pay for being top 4. And this is the price you pay. But if we get over some of these injuries, we got good rotational depth. And especially if we come away with another center back, because injuries seem to be hitting really fast right now. Whereas last season we were decently injury free for most of the season. So
we were.
So yeah, I would just say those are my closing thoughts. It is nice to go to the international break, not totally dreading coming out of it. And I am excited for the stuff we're about to talk about, because there's only an hour and a half left in the transfer window, and we're not going to spend the whole time on here talking about it, but like, there's a lot of stuff popping off. So yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff popping off. Things are going crazy. Nothing's really happened here in a while. But I guess so. Do you want to talk about transfer window, or do you want to talk about Champions League draw first, Jason?
Yeah, since transfer window is kind of like, it looks like we are loaning out some of our younger players to different teams right now. But yeah, let's talk Champions League first, and we'll end with transfer.
Cool. So Champions League draw was last week. We drew Bayern Munich, Benfica, Ajax, Carbag, I guess is how you would say it. Barcelona and Atlanta. So, interesting draw for us, to say the least. And can I just start off by saying this? And I know I text this to you, but I got to say it on here. This new Champions League draw with the computers picking the stuff and then not drawing just the balls out of there is the shadiest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you can tell me that this is fair.
Yeah, Kakagas to just push a button.
Yeah, this is the shadiest shit ever. UEFA's
Weird.
always been
It's weird.
dirty, and all of football is dirty.
Dude, it
But
gives me like old school BCS vibes, where the
yes,
computer's picking
the
the
formula.
yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
gives me really old school and how we all hated it.
Hmm.
And yeah, now it's just the Champions League's just behind American college sports,
Dude,
using
it
a
is.
system we've already stopped using. So
Yes. It's like, here, I'm going to press oh, look, I drew Chelsea's ball. Okay, let's press a button and generate their schedule. In
I
what,
know,
why? Like,
hate it.
what
I
world?
hate it.
Just go draw some damn balls. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Like, just draw some damn balls. I don't
Well,
want the
yeah.
computer doing this.
It's like the transparency argument that we were talking about with VAR. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like it's all happening in the background where, like, and again, we can talk about because this model at least does like make some crazy awesome matchups. Like the
Yeah.
Champions League is going to be entertaining like the entire time. Whereas like when we were drawing into groups,
Yeah.
it's just like you have like one group of death or maybe two, but like it is at least when they were drawing the balls, right? Like it was you're drawing a ball and then they would put the balls in or like they would take some of the balls out or like you were
Yeah.
only drawing from the pot that you could because of the
Right.
rules that were in place and we got to see that happen.
Yeah.
And like there is something about the physical tangible happening in front of your face, like
Mhm.
those balls are what it is, and then they draw every ball so that that there wasn't one team in and one team not.
Right.
And like they get, I know we talk about the pomp and circumstance about it all, but like to get like a footballer to do that instead of like one of like the administration that are presenting it to do that, so that you do take bias out of all of it, right? Like
Mhm.
so, and then you don't get to see that if Kakasha's pushing a button and it's all happening in the background, and like you don't know, like the rules are set, but like we still don't get to see those rules play out in a tangible way like you did in the group stage version of this
Mhm.
sort of thing. So yeah, it gets yeah, it's just a transparency thing. Like
It is.
it does lead you to think a lot of like clouded
Mhm.
thoughts about it. Because they're just saying, hey, trust us, bro. And like,
Right.
but
Yeah.
we don't because
We
y'all are
don't?
historically
Yeah.
corrupt operations. Like nobody's more corrupt than FIFA, but
Mhm.
UEFA doesn't seem that much better. So anyway,
Yeah.
it gets
It
a little
is.
weird.
It is weird. And then like, I don't know. It is what it is. We drew who we drew. The thing is like you were just saying this a minute ago. None of these matches like scare me. Like I just feel
Yeah.
like so we go to Bayern Munich on September 17th to open the Champions League. That's going to be tough, just because of it being Bayern. I don't rate them as much as they have in the past, and especially I don't rate Company. Company's a shit coach.
Yeah.
But they don't scare me. Benfica, that's a home match. I'd be more scared if we were going to Benfica. Ajax
Mhm.
is at home. They're always decent. Carback, don't know who this is, so I'm just gonna say that's playing Barca. We get them at home.
Dude, it's pretty awesome.
That's gonna be a fun match.
It's gonna be so fun.
That is going to be a real fun match. And then we end with Atlanta, who just, well, they still have their best player as of now. We'll see if Lookman goes anywhere.
Well, and
But,
then there's a couple games in January. So we got Paphos and then Napoli in
oh,
January as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, Pathos doesn't scare me. Like, they're a Greek side. And then who else? Who's the other one?
Napoli.
Oh, Napoli. They're an Italian side. I mean, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
You know,
I think all of these games will be competitive, or like maybe like 5 of them will be like decently competitive. But like at the end of the day, I'm with you. I'm excited for the Bayern game and I'm excited for the Barca game. Like I'm like genuinely excited for those. So like if you get like a fourth of the games, and I'm excited for all of them on a level because of this Champions League and like, dude, we're so back. But like
we're so back. Get to hear the little Champions League anthem play. I'm so excited.
So good. But like I do think that I do like I'm with you. I don't like the non-transparency of it, but like, man, do you get some real awesome, like even some of the other draws. Like I usually only watch Chelsea in Champions League because I can only watch so much stuff in my life, and
Yeah.
I'm usually watching movies and when I have downtime. But like, I'm gonna watch so many of these games. It's crazy because there's so many good matchups in the competition. And so I like this version of the competition for like the level of matches it gets. Like we can talk about like structure and format and all that shit, but like I do at least like some of these matches. But man, it's the transparency of it that clouds it a little bit, and it just makes it hard to be trustworthy of it. You know,
for sure. And my thing is I don't like. I feel like I'm trying to figure out the way to word this. They're bullshitting is what they're doing. Like they're like, oh, we switched this new format because it's going to provide better matchups and this and that.
Yeah.
But that's just bullshit cover for AKA it makes us more money.
Yeah,
and that's what this is about.
Exactly.
And that's my bullshit. Just be upfront with it. Like, look, we're going to make this much more money and this is why we're doing it. So we want players to play more matches because we want more money, because that's what it's about. It's because there's more matches, there's more money. When the rights come up to sell again, they can be like, well, look at this new format and all these new matches that we created.
Mm-hmm.
You can give us X billion of dollars for X number of years now, because of this. And there's more matches that you get. So it's none of this is about anything other than money.
Yeah.
That's my whole problem with this. Is like the competitions going to wanting to do the Club World Cup every 2 years is just ridiculous. Like the amount of soccer that these players are playing is why we're seeing all these injuries. Like Saliba went down yesterday with a non-contact injury. Like it's going to keep happening. Like Liverpool will not stay healthy this year. I think Konate went down yesterday. He came out the match late. Wrong. Yeah. So I don't know if it was just cramping or what, but he came out the match lately. There will be injuries. So,
dude, the Liverpool physios are hilarious. This is an aside. The Liverpool physios are hilarious. Every time a player went down, they just gave him like some kind of sports gel.
Oh yeah,
like they're just all on the pitch. They're like, drink this.
Well, it's like the they usually bring out the magic spray. Spray the cold spray on or whatever. So, yeah.
No, I'm with you, man, because we're playing 2 more group stage games than we would have under the old system.
Right.
So I totally understand. Like it is all about money, and we're talking about whether or not the amount of stuff we're playing in a FIFA sanctioned tournament over the summer was going to affect us, and I think we're seeing that too. Like
100%.
And we already have players who are perpetually injured. So to watch some of our stalwarts go down that weren't injured before we played so much summer, like to not have injuries for like 2 seasons, and then like to all of a sudden like start going down. I mean, to make more money, I don't think they care about the consequences because they know teams will just go into it because it's still prestigious to go into the Champions League. And then they're going to offer those teams more money as an incentive to go to the Champions League. Mm-hmm. So it feeds itself. And at the end of the day, it's just a snake eating its tail. And what's the breaking point? Like how many players do have to go down for this to be, for this to be a problem big enough for an adjustment? And I don't know if this much money is involved and we all watch, and like the Club World Cup, I think was still a success money wise for them. Like if this all continues the way it is, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
It doesn't. We're going to have a lot of injured players.
So. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of injuries for sure. All right, I guess we can move on to the transfer window and talk a little bit about it. I think the biggest, craziest thing out of this transfer window has been the whole Nico situation. That's the most drama I feel like that we have seen.
Off the back of Xavi Simons too. It just makes it look even worse.
Yeah, that's
apparently he just wants to be called Xavi. So
whatever. I'll call him whatever I want to call him because he plays for Tottenham. I'll call him.
It's just so that's true. Yeah, he's dead to us now. But it is true that or it's just so funny because watching all the commentators get his name completely wrong. Everybody could pronounce Xavi, but it was like Simmons.
Yeah.
Like I heard every version of Simons. that there could be from every single person. And I did hear somebody say it's Xavi Simons. He wants to be called Simon or Xavi. So anyway,
Yeah.
but like you said, he's dead to us now. We
He is
call him
dead.
whatever he wants to be called.
Yeah.
What we want to call him.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
just probably call him Xavi still.
it's one of those things that, like, I mean, I honestly feel bad for him, and I feel like it's
I
a
agree.
bad look for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Because we strung him along the entire off season, like, or the entire transfer window. Like, for months, we told him, we're going to sign you. We're going to come in. We just got to sell in Cuckoo. We got to, do this and do that, and then we're going to come for you. And we finally sell in Cuckoo to Milan, and then we just go buy freaking Garnacho because apparently we think he's the next Ballon d'Or winner. And I'm just you literally have Quinde coming in next summer from Sporting to play the left wing. So now we have 3 left wingers. And then Delop goes down. And it's like, oh, we could have just slotted Xavi in there. And it would have been fine. And whatever. Palmer's hurt. He's a great backup. He's already agreed to come play for us. And then, lo and behold, no, let's go get freaking Garnacho.
Yeah.
Even though you've seen Esteval do what he did in the beginning of the year. Like, just dumb, boneheaded moves. Like, I don't understand the rationale behind it. I don't understand. Like, I feel bad for him and the fact that he got strung on. And then we did exactly what we needed to do, and then we still don't get him. Like, so you can't really blame him for going to Spurs. No. I just think we were dicking around for the whole transfer window. And instead of maybe buying Gittins, you should have brought Simmons, or you could have done many of other things. I don't know. It's just baffling to me. Like,
there's like a million stories going around. So like there was the whole we had met PSR with the FA, but hadn't met PSR or whatever their version of it is with the UEFA. So there was
that's because they changed the terms on us. That's because we have to abide by these new UEFA rules that they made just for us. Yeah. Because on top of getting fined, we have to meet special rules and guidelines now. So whatever.
Yeah. Well, and those guidelines were we could only sign, like we could only, because of the contracts or whatever, like we only had like a number of A-list spots depending on how much money there was. And so then they dragged their feet on the Mudryk appeal that we put in because was his wages going to count towards that? Because he was already listed or something. So then that appeal went through. And then apparently our hands were tied because we were waiting to get rid of Jackson and Nkuku to get both Garnacho and Xavi in. Yeah. But then we drug our feet on both of those and couldn't find a buyer for them. And then, instead of prioritizing Xavi Simons, like we then prioritized Garnacho, even though we were linked to both of them heavily all summer. Yeah. And then, but the Xavi Simons one was like done and dusted. I mean, the dude is on Instagram. Like, I mean, we had agreed personal terms with him forever. And then, I'm with you. I don't blame him. I do not blame him for wanting to like, he obviously still wanted to come to the Premier League, and he obviously, I guess, wanted to go to London and just picked the other London club that was going to be, or the other London club that wanted to sign him that was also going to be in the Champions League. So, I don't blame him at all. I think for all the praise that our guys were getting in the beginning of the summer transfer window to get business done and to get really amazing fees for players like Madueke. And again, we can talk about how well they did in the selling department.
They did amazing.
For
world
Nico.
record.
Yeah.
World record money made in this single transfer window. It's probably nearing 300 now with these last few sales that have gone through. So
and it's crazy. And we'll talk about the record loan deal with Nico, but like to do that and then to dick around a player all summer is really disheartening. And then to see what was happening with Nico is like they're on a bad track at the very end here, although it does seem like the Nico thing is better. But I I do feel like we probably missed out on something pretty special with Johnny. But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, yeah, and it does feel even worse that it's punctuated with the fact that we got
Yeah,
Garnacho, and Manchester United and us both don't want Garnacho, or like all the fans don't want Garnacho,
right.
and like for our board to be the only people in the world that want him, and for him to come here
Yeah,
in the midst of, like, to your point, we have Esteban cooking. Like,
yeah.
and for this to happen right now, it's like really annoying.
Yeah, it is, and it's like I don't understand the valuation, and maybe he comes in. I hope he comes in. I hope he does well. I hope he cooks.
Of
Like I
course, of
honestly
course.
do. Like I will support Garnacho, even though he looks like a freaking Timu Marshall Mathers from the freaking 2002. Like the dude with the blonde, I swear. But anyway,
Well, they showed him at the game. He was
yeah,
just playing every time they showed him. He just played on his phone like the
yeah.
entire match.
But I mean, that's like par for the course. I feel like for Garnacho, like you know, it.
God,
Like I don't know. I just doesn't incite me. It doesn't entice me. We will. I will.
yeah,
We'll wait till this window's fully over. The Nico deal was off, and then Nico refused to come back. And I mean, like Jalop goes down hurt, and I don't know if I want to call this a shrewd piece of business by Chelsea because I feel like it's not. I feel like they had no clue what they were doing and they just dumbass lucked into this. Because I feel like the whole time they wanted an obligation to buy in Nico's
right,
loan deal, but they had already agreed since the loan fee was so high, you know,
right,
that, oh, we'll just let him go and, we'll just give him an option to buy, you know. And then when Delop goes down, they're like, oh shit, we need a striker. And they
yeah,
don't even think about Guiu at Sunderland, who was like third string at this point, not getting any minutes.
right,
And there's like, oh, well, we're calling Nico. I'm sorry, you can't take your medical. You're our player still. And so Nico's like, well, I'm not coming back.
yeah.
His agent is like on there tweeting pictures or putting on Instagram posts of Delot being hurt and being like, planes don't fly backwards. So it's like,
Nico's agent has been an epically amazing
yeah,
troll throughout
he
all of
really
this.
has. He really has. He has done some great trolling. And we'll get, and it's a great point because I mean, everybody kept pointing out, like, why is his agent being such a douche? It's like people are like, because he's missing out on a giant payday if Nico doesn't go to Byron. And it's like,
Yeah.
it makes complete sense why he wants his player to go to Byron. So all this happens, and then I think last night it was like Nico's flying to Senegal for international duty, and then lo and behold, I wake up this morning and Nico's going back to Bayern Munich now.
Yeah.
So for 14.2 million loan fee, and then with obligate was not a. I think it's an obligation slash option because it's like he has to play so many matches, but apparently it's not
Okay.
any matches, so it's like pretty attainable.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It looks a lot better, and then we call Guiu to come in, I guess, and be our backup striker now. So there's that. I don't know, just crazy scenario going around with the Nico.
The lap will never know what his hamstring has done.
Yeah. Yeah.
His hamstring made us 70 million pounds.
It did.
Yeah, the obligation to buy was 56 million. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like it's crazy because like you think about what happened in January. Like Nico went down right after the transfer window closed.
I mean, yeah.
So we got screwed in January. And this time Delop goes down the day before or a couple days before the transfer window closes. And it's like, oh, well, let's just not let Nico go. And like I think because it was dumb to even agree to that deal with Nico before our last match of the season, whenever our last match before the transfer window, just in case something happens, you know, like he didn't do anything after the window closes, but I don't know. And then the amount of Chelsea fans last night on Twitter that were like, "Ooh, let's go get Isak." I'm like, guys, we don't have that much money. Like, he's not coming here. Like, just stop. It's just stop.
No, like in a way, I am sad because I think we both rated Nico at various points on this podcast more often than not, and I think his potential is there. And then there were times when I thought he was coming good on that potential, and so I am sad in that way because I did rate Nico for really large portions of him being here, and then it was hard to keep doing that when his discipline issues got in the way.
Yep.
And then it was just every time Nico got a chance to do something big, he would get some stupid red card or argue with the ref for some stupid shit. And then to do that right before the end of the season and then to do that in the Club World Cup again is just like really disappointing from him. So I like, and then so now it's part of me is like, sayonara, buddy. Like I hope that you're good at Bayern, and I hope that you don't score anything against us when we play you soon. And good riddance. Like and then you do see what happens to the positivity around the team and like the momentum moving forward when you do bring in somebody that will actually score too.
Yeah.
And João Pedro is looking, and I think we talked about this, and I've said he's like one of the signings of the season, not just one of the signings for Chelsea.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And like I still believe that, and he is proving really, really, really like he's going to be like an amazing signing. So to like, and then to get a guaranteed 56 million next year when Chelsea always need the money, apparently this go around. Even though we don't sign any damn shirt sponsors, is huge too. So that blows my damn mind. But anyway, that's gonna be, we're gonna do an emergency podcast when we finally get a sponsor. But yeah, I don't know. Good, like there is like a hey, so long and good riddance. Like there's like a no hard feelings, but also glad you're not here anymore. So
yes.
Like it gets kind of weird with Nico, but I am disappointed that he didn't work out here because I do, man. If he goes to Bayern and does what I think he can do, I don't know. I don't know if Bayern's the right place for that, but seems like they obviously want him and he wants them, so maybe it'll work out for him.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, that's the thing is like I hope it works out for him, and I hope it goes well and blah blah blah, whatever you want to say. But like we were very pro Nico podcast, and wanted him to succeed at Chelsea, and so
absolutely.
And so, like, I hope he does well, except for when he plays us in the Champions League. So that's about all I'll say about that.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, fill me in on Tyreek George. I didn't know that we were looking to sell him.
Yeah,
because out of nowhere. Because we even played him on Saturday.
Yeah, well, because that's the thing is like because we have Garnacho that we just bought, we have Gittins, and then we have Quinde coming in next year. So it's like there's no room for him. Like
it was hilarious though because now I'm like thinking because he came on for Delap, right? And then he got subbed out in the 81st minute, and they were like, "The sub gets subbed." Yeah, and it is funny to just imagine that they were like, in the 80th minute or something, they were like, "Dude, what are you doing playing Tyreek George? He's going to Fulham. Get him out of there." Because he looked so sad when he came out. But I'm looking at this picture. I think Tyreek George just looks sad in general.
Yeah, he does.
But yeah, man, crazy. $22 million package plus sell-on clause, personal terms, 5-year contract through Fulham.
Yeah, for sure. And I think
crazy.
They
obviously watched Tyreek George. We're like, we gotta get that guy in here.
Yeah,
like, we need some people at the front of the line.
Well, I mean, they were linked to Sterling for a little while, but
that's true. Yeah,
it was the wages, and so you can get Tyreek George, or younger player who is arguably just as good as Sterling is in his older days. So I mean, why wouldn't you? I like Tyreek George, but then our board, of course, looks at it as pure profit. So it's like, that's all it is just a number to them. So I think Sterling. Oh, and Chilwell to Strasbourg? When did this happen? I still haven't seen. Like, where did you?
I thought that I saw it on Reddit, but I'm not seeing it anymore. So
I don't know.
I haven't seen anything official from that. I just saw like Fabrizio thing on Reddit. I thought it was Fabrizio. I could be totally wrong. Oh, dude! Apparently, an hour ago, West Ham won a sign DCC. No.
Yeah. That Yeah, they're looking into it, I think.
apparently we signed, or Nottingham Forest have signed Donnell McNeely from us on a permanent move, and then they sent him to a season-long loan to Wycombe or Wickham.
So apparently the plan is to move Chilwell to Strasbourg on a permanent deal.
Okay. I mean,
so,
we need to utilize our multi-club structure to get players out up here.
Yeah.
So
I
that
mean,
works out.
I don't know. That'll be interesting to see. I mean, it's like the problem with Chilwell. The problem with Chilwell and Sterling is the same reason that Man United can't move players and Arsenal can't move players, is because their wages are too high.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to pay those wages, and so like that's why United is one of the worst selling clubs in the world. Like the fact that we just paid $40 million for Garnacho, and that was their fourth highest sale in their history. In the history of that club, $40 million is the fourth highest.
Peanuts to us, man. That's peanuts.
I know, exactly. And so like, we just freaking sold Nico for almost double that. So it's like
Nico is worth one Garnacho and one João Pedro.
Yeah, exactly. That's the crazy. It's because of wages, and like that's why they can't move any of these players. It's the reason that it was so hard for them to move Rashford. It's so hard for them to move Sancho. Like it's wages. That's why I do like that. One thing our club does is the wage structure and the fact that we don't pay these astronomical wages for players because you're looking at the reason that Chilwell and Sterling are still in this club is because we can't move them. Why? It took us forever to move Kepa too, and then Arsenal were dumb enough to buy him. Like so much of this is about, it's not about the price that we want for the players, it's the wages that the players are on and them refusing to reduce it, to go to another club. And I mean, like, you can't really blame them. I mean, Sterling's making like $250 here a week, and it's like he goes to Fulham, he probably makes like 100. Like, so his wages get cut in half. So it limits the number of clubs that you can sell to. It sucks. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it is. I agree with you. I think people focus way too much on the overall price and not what the yearly price is to keep them in that way with the wages. So yeah, it does get interesting. But is Sterling going anywhere right now, or was that just a rumor? Okay,
that was just like the only rumor that I've heard with Sterling is Fulham. But now that they got George, I don't see it happening. And they Fulham just signed Kevin apparently. So
yeah, I do love that. It's just
I do love. I have one of his football cards, and it is like I just like because it's just Kevin on it. Like
it's like one of the worst one name names you can have, but still is like baller.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I don't know, man. We'll see how this transfer window ends for us. I mean, there's still an hour left in it, so we'll see if we can pull some strings, if we can get anybody else in here.
And we didn't talk about, we mentioned him, but Buonanotte, I guess, is being brought in for some depth in
the loan
midfield
from Brighton. Yeah,
we're Brighton's best customer, according to their guy. So
100%. We are 100%. Well, I mean, and then Strasbourg bought the other guy from Brighton.
Does Brighton take returns though? Like, what's the return policy on some of these guys that we bought?
I mean, the ones that we've bought from them have been pretty decent. I mean, Cucurella turned out good.
No, I was talking about one in particular. I was talking about old Bobby Sanchez.
Oh yeah, that one. I forgot about that one. Yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, I sort of feel like
it's gonna be hard to start keep giving Bob shit because he like does decent things. Although he did try to give a goal away.
He tried to pass the ball to Fulham on a couple of different occasions this last match. So, But I feel like the issue with Bob is like we should have known better when you're buying Brighton's third string keeper. Like,
I know.
I don't know.
But we saw his potential in him or we saw his talent before his decision making caught up. That's what we did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love that. That's one of the worst things that I heard all last season.
Yeah.
But Man City signed Donnarumma.
Yep, they signed Donnarumma.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, because Ederson went to Galatasaray, I believe, is where Ederson went.
Apparently, Liverpool are not going to get Gahey.
Yeah,
that's the rumors going around right now.
Well, because Palace had a replacement for him. I forgot who it was, but the deal fell through. So now they're trying to figure out a solution if they can find, because that was always, they always had to have a replacement if he went.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, like, to be fair, Liverpool needs him because Konate's shit. And I'm pretty sure Gomez is leaving too. Like, they're not going to have a lot of depth defensively.
Yeah. I would say that game. We could talk about the Arsenal Liverpool game for a little bit because they're our main rivals for because City lost yesterday too. But Liverpool and Arsenal are the only teams standing in our way of Premier League dominance this season, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of amazing that how bad that game was. And Liverpool was so back. Because Szoboszlai can't do everything, and that dude had an amazing game in spite of despite the amazing free kick that won them the game in the end. But I think both of those teams are vulnerable, man. Even with Isak, I think both of those teams are vulnerable because if Liverpool do not shore up their defense, it's over. And then Arsenal just had Saliba go down. And then, so their defense is going to be vulnerable, and I don't think Arsenal have that good of an attack. But I guess we'll see if these players kind of grow into the season. But right now, as it stands, it doesn't look like good. Oh, apparently, Jadon Sancho might be going to Villa.
Yeah,
that's cool. I guess I don't know. At least he's not ours.
Yeah, at least he's not ours. That's true. But
who would you rather have though, Garnacho or Jadon Sancho?
God, I don't know.
Why are we bouncing around between the Man United left wingers they don't want?
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know what. I question a lot of our transfers. Some of them I'm like, that's a good transfer, but the other ones I'm like, why?
Yeah. I guess we'll rate the transfer window next time when it's officially all said and done.
Yeah. When it's over with, we can.
I'm looking at a giant list of transfer spot mobs keeping up with, and it doesn't look like outside of Nico and well, I don't know why they're saying just over an hour to go, and they're still keeping track of the Nico Byron thing when that's pretty much done deal.
Yeah,
but nobody else that we're really linked to is happening right now in terms of big transfers. But I don't imagine Chilwell would make this short list. Mm-hmm. Or Sterling would make that short list either.
Yeah. I don't know. But I guess that we should probably wrap this up considering we've been going for an hour.
Yeah. I mean, if there was anything more interesting happening in our transfer market, then that might be reason to stay. But I agree. I think we've covered all of the major things.
Yeah.
That have happened. There's been a lot that's happened, but there's still more to go. We'll write a blog poster.
Yeah,
you guys, everybody can wait for our take on it later.
Yeah, we'll give a take on it. We'll give it something.
Yeah.
I don't know. International break next week. We'll probably do a transfer wrap-up episode, and then maybe we do have an international movie that we have at our pod that we haven't released. So we did it in July. So maybe we'll release that. Jason says it's not a good episode, but I'm just like, it's content.
Any content's good content around
Any content's good content. That's right. I don't know. There will be something out next week. It might be an old episode, or it might be us on here talking about the transfer window. Who knows? But regardless, be in suspense. But international break. We play United coming back off the international break, right?
Yep.
So next, not this.
No, it's United and then our Champions League games. And then
it's United and then Byron. And because United is, I said we had to have a jersey sponsored by the United match, right? And then you said by the Byron match.
Might have been by Brentford, but we can go back and look.
Oh no, yeah, yours was Brentford and mine was the Champions League match. I think.
No, that's opposite. I think I was after you.
Yeah, you were at. That's what I'm saying. You were Brentford, like because that's after the Champions.
No,
League
you're
match.
right.
And
Dude,
then I was the
I thought we
Champions
already
League.
had. I thought Brentford had already happened. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Listen to Daniel, everyone. My brain has not been braining over the weekend, and you're getting the best of me right now, and I still flubbed that up. But you're right. Listen to Daniel.
It's all good. It's all good. The brains aren't meant to brain on the weekend.
No, right.
You know, it's just, especially on a holiday weekend. So
yeah, exactly.
You know, whatever. Holiday weekend, it's not meant to brain. So I don't know. 1 hour left officially in the transfer window.
Yeah, this will probably come out after that, so everybody will already know all the things. But at least you get our commentary on it.
Yeah, because it's going to take us like an hour to upload this thing because it's so freaking.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Hopefully we can get this figured out and we can get I don't know, Chilwell and Sterling off the books. That would be nice. But I doubt it because Sterling's a bitch and doesn't want to do anything. So he's just going to sit here and be a backup for the whole season.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I guess that about wraps up the episode. So you want to tell us people where they can find us, Jason?
Yeah, man. You guys can find us on Instagram, X, and Substack. We're writing various things. Things are about to kick off a little bit more as the season gets into it. Daniel and I got some things we're working on in the background, but season 5 is going to be our season, Daniel. Yeah. I said season 4 would be our season. It's going to be season 5, but we're doing amazing things on all the things, mostly Daniel. But go check them out. 90% Daniel. But we made it easy for you down below at Red White Blues FC on all the things.
That's right. Definitely check us out on all those things. We are on YouTube. Oh no, Brentford is our first match back, Jason. Not Man United.
Oh, that's
so where I was Brentford. Yeah. I was Brentford, and then you were Byron, right?
Yeah, I can't. I think I said by Champions League. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I was first. I know I was before you, and then you were after me. So we're Brentford.
I think you have a better chance of this.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we can live stream that match. It's at 2:00 on a Saturday.
Oh, so yeah, we can.
It's not at 6:30 in the morning.
What day is that on?
The 13th, Saturday, September 13th.
I think that's fine.
So maybe we can live stream that. I know we can't live stream.
I got something to work on before our live stream. I'm going to try to do a frame like all the cool people do. We want to, we want to be like all the cool watch-alongs that you see online. We're going to join the club.
Yep, we're going to be cool, man. Yeah.
The things you got to do to keep up in this business.
Oh man, but watch us on YouTube, like, subscribe, do all that. We're also on Apple and Spotify. Listen to the podcast there. And
I was just gonna add, we're thinking about doing some of these things exclusively on YouTube. So like card openings we'll have on YouTube. Which we normally try to release on Sundays, and then international movie breaks we'll try to do, and then on YouTube as well, probably. And then we'll keep like main feed matches in the podcast. So
Fulham just signed Chuck Weezy. Fulham is going off at the end of this window.
Fulham, man, holy crap! Fulham lose to us, and they're like, we've got to make all the changes.
Yep, we've got to make some changes in all of this.
Impressive that they lost to us in the way they did. The VAR decision is really helping them. They're like, see, we got screwed. Like that's not who we are. Come play for us.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. We'll see what happens in the last 45 minutes of this transfer window. But anyway, until next week, enjoy your international break, everybody. And until then, until Brentford, we'll catch you guys and gals on the flip side.
Golly, we need the injury virus to go away. Flippity, damn floppity.